Hi students, I'm here working in my home office today. I'm still getting over some of that excitement I experienced at the Association for Behavior Analysis International Conference in Phoenix. But I wanted to show you how I've been working on SAFMEDS, the procedure that was outlined in the tips for Module 2. I created a template for your computer with business-sized cards as an outcome that can be cut to the perfect size for your chapter vocabulary words. So first, I'd like you to download the SAFMEDS vocabulary cards template. You'll use that for chapter 2, but I've already prepared chapter 1 for you. So when you download it, you should be able to open it up. You'll see that it comes up on your screen with 2x2 chart that's just going to keep going, and there's enough information for 2 full pages, and they do print out like this. What I want to make sure you understand is that when you're preparing your cards for chapter 2, there are a lot more vocabulary terms, so you'll need to spend some extra time looking things up. But the definition that you put in the right column or the left column, such as this left column shows applied behavior analysis, determinism, experiment, explanatory fiction, and hypothetical construct. These must go to the back side of their card, which is going to appear in the right-hand column. So all of the definitions are in the right-hand column, and all of the vocabulary words are in the left-hand column. This may confuse you as you start to work on this. I would suggest that you only print out 1 page at a time. To print out only the page you want, just click on the page you want. Make sure you have the cursor somewhere on that page. You go to the print and then select the official print, which gives you this box that comes up on your screen. When it comes up, you're going to choose right here the current page. Current page will only print out that current page. You'll print 1 at a time, feeding it into the printer. It comes out, then you'll flip it over, and then on the back side it will print out. Remembering that what was in the left-hand column for a vocabulary word is now defined in the right-hand column. Then you can cut these out and use them for your SAFMEDS cards. In Chapter 2, you may find that you have a lot of definitions to choose from. So, have your ABA textbook handy. You're looking for words that are either defined in Chapter 2 or they might be found in the glossary of the book. Also, on your home page, I have allowed you to have this link for the USF Behavior Analysis Glossary. And there you can even cut and paste from those definitions. Recall now that many times those definitions, they might have 4 of them from different sources. So the definitions are important. Choose the one that makes the most sense to you, and then add that to your vocabulary list. Don't forget, words are in the left-hand column. Definitions for those same words would be in the right-hand column. That's how they get to be on the front and the back of the card. I'll explain some more about how to do the procedure after this. So here again, I want to show you my cards. These are the vocabulary words printed in the left column, and on the reverse, the definitions for those words are in the right column. You flip-flop them to make this work out when you're printing them. I used nice, heavy, thick cardstock, and that can be found at your store. It's a little bit thicker. You'll see it's 67 is the number in terms of pounds. It's a thicker sheet. You'll get about 250 sheets in a ream instead of about 500 regular sheets in a ream of paper. So I'm going to now use my cutter to cut my cards and make them into a nice stack. Be right back. So hello again, I'm back, and I've cut up my cards. I'm looking at the cards and I'm trying to figure out what to do. Now online I posted this standard acceleration chart. It is a measure of frequencies going across linear sessions and then up multiplicatively, so that the distance between 1 and 10 is equal to the distance between 1 and 100. And that's going to help us show a curve of our learning, or acceleration. You've heard the word acceleration or deceleration. Well, this is acceleration, and acceleration is a measure of behavior change over time, or it's also considered a measure of your learning at a rate. We count frequency up here, counts per minute, and each session is marked going across the bottom. Well, how are we going to get our minute counted? Well, we have a very specific timer. This is a good timer. This one also measures, it makes an audio beep. It sends out a light, so you can have no sound but light, and it also has a vibrator, kind of like a cell phone, so that you can keep it in your pocket and be timed every minute or something if you're doing an interval recording where you don't want somebody to hear or see that you're being cued. So this is a great tool. I'm going to measure myself with this timer. I'm going to look at the cards. Now the cards say a few different things. I'll read the definition, such as this one says, a relationship in which one variable changes systematically according to the value of another. Well, I believe that this definition is functional relationship. Let's see if I'm correct. Yes, I am correct. So I'm going to say 1 correct. An approach to explaining behavior that causes behavioral causes that assumes a mental or inner dimension exists that differs from a behavioral dimension. I believe this is mentalism. Let's see. Ah, yes. She's 2 for 2. Okay, so I will read my cards that way. I will stop when the timer says stop, and then I will count the number of cards that I've gotten correct, and then I will also count the number of cards that I've gotten wrong or incorrect. Hopefully I'll see a rate of declining errors and a rate of increasing vocabulary correct on my sheet. Another thing I can do is look at my overall fluency, and that's reading the names or reading these definitions aloud, saying all the terms and counting each one as a word. So I'll have a total count of words per minute. I'll have the number of correct responses per minute, and I'll have the number of errors, if any, per minute as well. So I'm going to have 3 measures. On this chart, you will score above a floor of 1 because you're using a minute as your time, and minutes are recorded on this end of the sheet. So you follow that over, you draw your floor. Your ceiling is really undetermined. If you can say 500 words in a minute, you could go all the way to the top. Either way, you'll say what the month is and followed by the day. I usually use the 3-letter term, and then May, this would be the 27th. Okay, and this will be my slice or lesson 1. I'm going to do 10 timings of chapter 1 vocabulary. I'm going to have a start and a stop, and I'm going to try it 10 times, and I'm going to see what I get. And hopefully after 10 repeats, you'll see dramatic improvement in your vocabulary and your ability to recognize terms, then eventually you'll go back and you'll read them this way. Philosophic doubt. You may need to have somebody help you with these, and then you'll say all of the things that you can remember from the definition. Methodological behaviorism. Okay, behaviorism. You might want to say the science of, you might want to just pick out the ones you'll know and are easiest to learn, and then move on from there. Okay, that's my review of SAFMEDS, and hopefully you'll have some success. Get together in groups, have a family member help you out, put the definitions for Chapter 2, there are a bunch of them, on your cards, and make a set of cards for Chapter 2. And I'll be out there online. Contact me if you need some help. Thank you. Bye. Hi again. So I've just completed 9 trials with my timer and my cards, and I have some data to share with you. On this line, I've recorded with X's the total number of errors. You can see I started with 0 errors pretty confidently, but I had 2 errors at a max, down to 1 error, down to my last couple trials with 0 errors, and then finally my last trial had 1 error. I also had my correct responses increasing every time I hit a minute. I actually did get 11 in 60 seconds, which I thought was quite amazing. But really, the fluency measure is what you see that grows the most with repeated readings. As fluency increases, we say that the rate of learning also does increase. This shows here probably about a line of maybe about 1.6, 2 would be a little steeper, but this is a fairly good rate of learning, and as far as acquisition and also reduction in the rate of errors. So I just thought I'd share that with you. If you'd like to try doing your own timings, you have to make sure you add up the total number of words per card. You see, I've written the number of cards, and as I read each card, then I just go to a calculator and add up the number of cards that were read to get my total fluency score. I count the ones in error as well as the ones that I got correct, but I do score them differently down here. Okay, that's it. Easy to do. Bye.